Hello, Jaguars fans, and welcome back to another spring edition of Jawz Huddle. I'm Brendan Rourke.
And I'm Deshaurian McBroom. We have a lot of games to get through today, including our very first update on your IUPUI softball team. So let's start off today with some men's basketball updates. On the night of February 1st, the men's basketball team knocked off top-ranked Northern Kentucky 83-77, thanks to a trio of players scoring in double figures. Junior guard Cameron Justice led the way with 26 points, and sophomore sharpshooter Jalen Minette provided 18 points off the bench. The Jaguars also found success by giving the ball to Evan Hall down low, and he finished with 14 points of his own. The win snapped the North's 6-game winning streak and helped IUPUI in the race for a high seed in the conference tournament. However, on the 3rd, the Jaguars suffered a setback and lost to the Wright State Raiders 79-74. The Raiders took advantage of IUPUI's slow start and earned a 24-4 lead in the opening 7 minutes of the game. Unfortunately, the Jaguars could never overcome the deficit. Two bright spots for the Jaguars were Cameron Justice, who had a game-high 22 points, and senior Evan Hall, who added 14 points on 6 of 8 shooting. On the 9th, the Jaguars were again unable to overcome a slow start and lost a heartbreaker to the UIC Flames 76-75. The Jaguars were able to erase an 18-point deficit, but were unable to connect on 3 opportunities in the closing seconds of the game. 7'1" senior Ahmad Ishmael put up a last-second hook shot, but it misfired, and the Flames scooped up the final rebound to end the game. IUPUI scoring leader Cameron Justice was limited to just 6 points, snapping his consecutive game streak of reaching double figures. Sophomore guard Jalen Minette finished with 20 points, including 4 three-pointers. IUPUI will look to rebound away from home as their 5-game homestand has come to an end. The Jaguars are going to need to find some luck again, aren't they, Brennan?
Absolutely, Deshaurian. Things are coming down to the wire, and the pressure increases every game. The Jags currently sit in 5th place in the Horizon League, only 1 game ahead of that 8th and final team that will make the tournament this year. They'll have to win at least 3 of these next few games to feel more comfortable. But for now, let's see what the women's basketball program has been up to. On February 2nd, the women's basketball team lost their 2nd straight game on the road to the Wright State Raiders 66-59. Tamia Sims, Macy Williams, and Morgan Allen all scored 10 points in the effort, but they were not able to overcome a 24-point first quarter effort from the Raiders. The Jaguars hit just 37% of their shots and only went 7 for 27 from beyond the 3-point line. However, the tides turned as the Jaguars routed the Youngstown State Penguins 64-44 a week later on the 8th. Coming into the game, the Penguins boasted the Horizon League's highest scoring offense, but the vaunted Jaguars defense held them to single digits in all but 1 quarter. The Jaguars only allowed 15 points in the first half, the lowest they've allowed in a half all season. And the defense was backed up by Macy Williams' 19 points and 12 rebounds. It was her 7th double-double of the season. Holly Hoopengarner added 15 points, and both Sydney Hall and Caitlin O'Reilly added 10. The Jaguars then continued their winning ways on the 10th in another lopsided victory. The Jags earned their 6th straight home win, toppling the Cleveland State Vikings 64-36. The Jaguars were led by Sydney Rule, who scored a career-high 15 points off a career-high 5 made three-pointers. Morgan Allen also earned a career-high 14 points in the rout, and the Jaguars' defense held the Vikings to season lows for opponents in points scored, field goals made, and field goal percentage. And with a few more wins, the Jags can clinch a home quarterfinal game in the upcoming Horizon League tournament. It's safe to say the women have found something that works. Isn't that right, Deshaurian?
Absolutely, Brendan. The defensive efforts made by the Jags in the last 2 games showcase the talent that this team really has. If they keep this up through the end of the season and the tournament, they could possibly earn an NCAA tournament bid. That would be fun to watch. For now, let's see what our tennis teams have been up to. Over the past 2 weeks, our men and women's tennis teams competed in several matches. The men picked up 2 wins, a 6-1 win over St. Louis and a 4-3 win at Austin Peay. The men remained undefeated on their home court, so you should come out and watch next time. Also, even though the Jaguars lost 5-2 against number 13th ranked Notre Dame, sophomore Ethan Mardones Budiono improved to 5-1 on the season. The women started off slow, losing to local rival UND 5-2 and to American Conference foe Cincinnati 7-0, but they bounced back to sweep the Dayton Flyers on the 10th to pick up their 2nd win of the season. It took the third doubles game to decide the first point of the match, but after Samantha Hayward and Mariela Pesciana clinched the point for the Jags, it was smooth sailing from there. We'll keep an eye on these teams for you in the future, but you should go and support them as well. College tennis can be fun.
I was able to see a couple tennis games back during my undergrad time in Florida. They were fun to watch. The simultaneous match idea is crazy, and the team scoring aspects really makes it interesting. I recommend it to someone who might be looking for something to do one night. But now, let's talk about what the softball team is up to. The softball team will spend most of their first games traveling to tournaments in southern states. As most fans know, it's still quite cold. The team's found itself in Rosemont, Illinois at the Total Control Sports Invitational Tournament. Unfortunately, the Jags failed to pick up a win in any of their games. Hopefully their luck will change when they travel further south to Statesboro, Georgia to compete in the Eagle Round Robin Tournament. We'll continue to give you updates as their tournaments progress. But make sure to catch their first home game on March 20th at the IUPUI softball complex. Students get free admission by using your Crimson Card, and we hope to see you out there.
And before we go, we would like to tell you about two more sports. Our swim teams were in action just this last weekend as they wrapped up the Horizon League Swimming Championships in our very own natatorium. Stats can be found on our website, IUPUIJags.com. We also invite you to visit our website for more details about our incredibly talented men and women's track and field teams. All of both of the individual results and team results can be found under their respective sports tabs. Thank you for watching.
And go Jags!